Hello students. Today we are going to start grade 11, unit 5, statistics and probability. Especially in this subtopic, I want to discuss about what is that statistics, types of data, discrete and continuous variables, ungrouped and grouped data, terms that we are using when we are discussing about group data. First, what is a statistics when you say? Statistics is a science of collecting, organizing, presenting, analyzing, and interpretation of data to give conclusions. In order to give conclusions. When you collect data, sometimes the result may be a number, sometimes the result may not be a number. This data can be divided into two types of data which cannot be expressed in number. We call it that qualitative data. A data which can be expressed numerically, we call it that quantitative data. For example, what is your father's occupation? If I say, I don't expect the result to be a number, that is qualitative. When I ask you that, how many children are there in your home? You will give me that number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives quantitative data. Quantitative data that you have collected, again, can be classified into two. Discrete, where all the results are whole numbers. If the results are real numbers, between two numbers, what you have got, we call it that continuous data or continuous variable. Data that you have collected can be expressed in the form of ungrouped or grouped form. I hope in grade 9 you have ideas of ungrouped data or raw data. In this grade, we are trying to represent or discuss more on grouped data, especially continuous data. And there are terms that you are using frequently when you arrange a data in a group form, that is grouped data, continuous. Let me ask you that questions. Classify the following data as qualitative and quantitative. Classify the following data as qualitative and quantitative. I'll give you a minute to do this problem. Okay, let us see the answer. When you are looking religion, you may be Orthodox, Muslim, Protestant. The result is not a number. So religion is qualitative. When you come to height, it is a number which gives in terms of meter or in terms of centimeters. So we have quantitative data. So I can classify as religion is qualitative, height, it is quantitative data. When it comes to sex, male or female, so it is qualitative. When you are coming to income, amount of bills that you have, or in dollars, it represents income. Income, it is also quantitative data. Number of students in a class. In a class, this represents a number also. Rank of the students have also quantitative. And volume of water. In a barrel. This is the class what you have when it was classified. If you are coming from quantitative data, we can divide into two, what I call to be, you have continuous and discrete. Height, it is not always to be a whole number. 1.3 meters, 2.5, 0.9 meters, it could be when you are measuring the height of a student in meters. So this result includes decimals. So this is continuous data also. Income, you have amount of bills that you have. This also continuous. When you collect that, our salary, after taxation, we'll have coins. So coins represent decimals. Number of students in a class, it is discrete data. You have this one represent discrete. Rank of the students, first, second, third, this represents also discrete. Volume of water in a barrel, it may be, we can measure it in terms of liters. You can have also decimals here. 1.5 liters. You can have also 300 milliliters, which means that you have 0.3 liters. So this represents continuous. So quantitative data can be classified into two as continuous and discrete. We say the discrete if the results of that data it is the whole number, the set of all numbers. When fractions or decimals are given, or if the results are between two real numbers, we call that one to be continuous data or variable. Take another exercise. Consider the following data. This is the mark of students in mathematics final examination. The teacher correct their paper and write their marks in the following way. This data, we call it that raw data because it is not organized. From this data, different questions may be asked. Try to give answer for the first 5 questions from A to E. To give answer, how many students take the exam? You have to count the numbers here. horizontally 5, vertically 4, 20. So your answer, it will be 20 students take the exam. How many students score less than 60? You have to refer all the given data values here. So by counting, you will have a number. In the first row, there is no student who has got less than 60. In the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 5. 5 students, they have got a mark less than 60. What is the maximum score, or what is the maximum mark of the students? You have to refer also the data, and you will get a value which is 92 to the maximum mark. What is the minimum score or mark of the students? In this data, you have to see the minimum to be equal to 45. So you know that when you are asked these questions, you can give an answer by looking the data given. Then, E, find the range it says. What it says? What was the raw definition of range? In a raw data, range, it is maximum value of a value minus minimum value of a data given. So maximum value it was 92 minus minimum value to be 45. You have got a result to be equal to 47. So the first 5 questions can be answered easily. When you come to numbers, letter F, group the data into 5 classes. When number of data collected is large enough, we'll try to change the data in a group form. But to change it into group or classes, first I have to find class mark, interval, class interval. So for exercise E, what is the class interval for this given data? Class interval the ratio of maximum value of a population function minus the minimum value should be divided by number of classes required. Number of classes required. In this case, I want to divide these 20 data into 5 classes. So maximum value, we have 92 minus minimum value 45, what you have calculated as a range, divided by number of classes required 5. You will get a value to be 47 over 5, which gives a result 9.4. Take this value approximately to an integer. Class intervals are taken as integer. So round up to the next integer. Once I know this one, we should be able to divide this given data into 5 classes. So we have ideas of class limit. When you discuss about class limit, the first value and the last element of a class interval, we call it that class limit. So we can divide this one as class limits, tally, and frequency it comes. We have to complete this one. What is the first class? This, the smallest mark is 45. From 45, count 10 integers. You will have out of 54. It is one class. This one group. Second, from 55 up to 64, this is the second class. Third class, add 10, 65 to 74. Next class, by adding 10, you have from 75 up to 84. Then from 85 up to 94. We have divided these 20 values in a group, especially into 5 classes. Then, idea of tally mark it comes. In which class each marks will fall down? If I take 75, 75 is the mark of a student which is found in the 4th class. 72